Hello and welcome, everyone. It's been a while since our last episode, but welcome to the SOS Brigade Podcast. How are we doing, everyone? Happy Halloween, boils and ghouls, and witches and wizards, and anyone else in between. I am Astral, and joining me today is a recurring guest. How you doing?
Oh, sorry.
That's you. Sorry.
I'm doing all right.
I didn't know if you wanted to use your real name or I'm probably best not. I don't know if you have like an alias you want to use, go by, or what was it, Lex or something was the alias? Or your online persona?
Just call me Lex.
All right.
Lex Noel.
Okay. Lex, how you doing, Lex? How you doing?
Sorry, I'm just busy writing down some I'm just writing stuff. So yeah, I totally forgot that it's October. So sorry. Sorry people. It's just that once you get older, you just see Halloween as another day just to get candy.
It did sneak up on us, I will say that. It's definitely like just kind of came out of nowhere. Last thing I remember is like still August, and then bam, where it was suddenly in October all of a sudden. I'm like, damn, that went by fast.
No, I remember September. Just a lot of people did it because they were just already putting up their Halloween decorations and all. And I keep telling them like, it's September, right? Y'all just treating September as like November because Thanksgiving. Y'all just pass that, just go straight to Christmas.
Well, they already have Christmas stuff up already. It started a month ago. They already started trying to do Christmas shit.
And speaking of that, did you know that it exists? Spirit Christmas.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, because Spirit of Halloween stores is experimenting with Christmas variations of their stores called Spirit Christmas. But I guess it's only a couple, like a handful, like 10 to 15 stores across the USA as an experiment, apparently, I heard.
Yeah, and get this. My sister-in-law on my wife's side, she went into one and she says, not impressed.
No, not the, what was that one other store? It was, like the Christmas tree store where it's open all year round and has like a ton of Christmas shit.
Uh-huh.
Not as good as that, huh?
No, in her experience, she just said not impressed. They just need to step up their game. That's all.
I see. I mean, I don't really go into Spirit of Halloween because, like, honestly, I'm not a big party goer. So, like, I know some of my friends like do parties, but I don't really like parties that much. I'm like an introvert, so I don't really like going out and dressing up and all that. So I don't wear costumes or anything like that. Nothing fun. And if I do have the day off, which this year thankfully I do from work, because sometimes I do have to work, I'm basically probably just gonna stay home and watch some horror movies, eat some candy. Because have you seen the prices of Halloween candy now? Like, I can't afford that. I'll buy a couple candy bars for me, but I can't afford a $25 to $30 big bag of candy. And ever since COVID happened, most kids trunk or treat now. They don't even trick or treat. They just trunk or treat out of the trunk of a car.
I was going to say, just wait till like November 1st. You'll get discount Halloween candies. That's why I always do that during for Valentine's Day.
That's true. Actually, I take that back, because on Halloween, I keep forgetting it's on Halloween. On Halloween of all days, Dragon Age Veilguard comes out, and I did pre-order that, so I'll probably be playing that all fucking day. I'm hoping it's good.
I hope you'll. Yeah, I was gonna say, keep me informed, because I just don't trust these game reviewers anymore.
I don't trust EA anymore
I don't
either,
trust-
but
Nobody trusts EA anymore. No, I never trusted EA ever since.
to begin with, yeah.
That Bond villain. Wait, hold on. I never trusted EA ever since that Bond villain introduced. Want to put his dirty hands on, put everything on microtransaction in every EA game.
Mm-hmm. And then weren't they the ones that made that like really bad Immortals? I think it was called Immortals. Averum or something.
Oh, you're talking about that first person first person magic game?
Yeah, the first person like magic shooter game. And like I hear it's decent. It's not like awful, but like so they were bitching and complaining because they made this game that has zero DLC or that has like no microtransaction, no extra DLC. It's all a self-contained single player game. And then they're bitching that no one bought the game. And I'm like, well, you didn't really advertise the game. I didn't even know the game anything about this game up until like after it was out. No one knew this game was coming out. No one knew about this game. There was almost no advertising for it. And it's just kind of mediocre at best too, but I mean,
yeah. But I was gonna say I knew about the game because I keep on watching game trailers and the gameplay I saw. One of my friends played it, and he said it is decent. It's just the story is just your story is just another mediocre. You're the chosen one. Blah blah blah.
Right. Yeah.
So, well, I was saying like when you get your hands on Vanguard, just let me know how it is.
Veilguard. Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I just said let me know how it is.
Yeah, I'm like if it's anything like Inquisition, I'll be happy with it. You know, I'll be satisfied. I mean, obviously Origins is the best one, but I don't think anyone really expects Veilguard to be on par with Origins. So, but I mean, Inquisition wasn't bad of a game. So, I mean, if it can match that, I think it'll be a success. We'll see.
Halloween and oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, there's one other thing game related I was going to talk about, but I don't remember now. I lost it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, while you remember, I was just going to say, yay, Halloween, another year, another people dressing up as the next popular thing, because back then people dressed up as the Suicide Squad version of Harley Quinn when Suicide Squad movie first came out, and then people cosplayed as Eddie from Stranger Things.
Who's he cosplaying as and dressing up as now? Art the fucking clown?
Maybe what?
Art the clown.
Or just maybe more hell of a boss character.
I could see that. A lot of hell of a boss characters, I guess. Which I never really watched any of those. I don't like. There's like the hell of a boss, and then there's another one that's like the same thing, Has Been Hotel, and I guess they're connected or they're the same thing or something. I don't know. I've never seen any of them. But
I've seen I've seen one or two episodes of them. It's okay. It's just not for me. That's all.
I don't know. I haven't really given it a shot yet because I don't like. I have a lot of other shit I gotta watch first and do first. But I mean, I like some of the character designs. Like that Luna Wolf girl looks good, and then there's like a fox with like dragonfly wings. I guess I'm like those look cool. I mean, some of the designs are decent. It's just like the demons look kind of boring in my opinion, though. But like some of the furries obviously look better, I think. I don't know. But going back a little bit, like I have, as a horror fan aficionado, I wanted to say something really quick about Terrifier films, right? Okay, so I don't get the appeal that everyone has about the Terrifier films. A lot of horror fans are touting it as like the next big horror film because Terrifier 3 was just in theaters recently, and they were handing out puke bags because it's so gross and gory. You're gonna need puke bags, right? It's just a little gimmick they do, obviously. And I thought the same thing about Saw before I watched it that I think about Terrifier currently, right? Because when Saw was first coming out, I didn't watch it right away. So I thought Saw was just a torture porn, basically, film. Like a snuff torture porn film for gore hounds with no plot and bad acting. And then I watched some Saw movies and I'm like, oh, these are actually decent. These are actually pretty good. Because it actually does have a plot. It actually does have pretty good acting. Tobin Bell, who plays Jigsaw, is actually really good. So these movies are actually good, to my surprise. And I like being pleasantly surprised sometimes, you know? So I'm like, okay, I take it back. Saw movies are pretty good. Then I watched Terrifier, the first one. And I was right about all my perceived, whatever you want to call it, like notions about the movie. I was actually right about. And I'm like, damn it. So the movie sucks. I'm sorry. I haven't watched 2 and 3, so I can't fully say 100%. But like, it left me wanting more. I think if they added an actual plot, because these movies don't have any plot, it's just a mime, because he's not, Art the Clown is not really a clown, he's a mime. There's a difference there, right? Like, he just mimes, because he doesn't talk, he mimes it, and like, as like a mime charade kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, very expressive without actually talking. He has a sick and twisted sense of humor, which is fine. I mean, it's personality, kinda. But, like, there's no plot. He just goes around killing really stupid characters who apparently want to die because they're doing everything against the survival instinct that every human has. Like, every instinct in your body to survive, they're going against and doing the exact opposite of what you should be doing. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
How stupid are these characters? I get that the writing is bad, but goddamn, these characters are retarded. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. But these characters are really stupid. You're like, hello, is anyone there? I'm like, you just saw a dead body. You know something's hunting you. What are you doing? Run away. Right? But no, they do the exact opposite of what they should be doing in order to survive. I'm like, do you guys want to die, apparently? I don't know. And like I said, there's no plot. That's it. Like, for an hour and a half, it's just him going around murdering random people he comes across and the main characters, who all die pretty early on, surprisingly. But it's like, I want to know who this character is. I want, like, it's clear. I get what they're trying to do. I can see the vision behind it, right? Because this is a small movie developer. This is not production. What's the right word? Keeps thinking game developer, but that's for games. But like the equivalent for movies, like it's a small studio that's making this movie. It's not a big AAA movie. It's an indie movie, and I appreciate that. I'm glad that an indie movie is getting the attention that a AAA horror movie would. I like to see that, right?
Right.
So I appreciate that. And when you watch it, I kind of get that. It does it's like they're trying to go for a mix between like Halloween and Friday the 13th with the immortal killer who can't really die, right? It's like, oh, no matter how many times you stab him, he keeps getting back up. So they're trying to go for that like Halloween, Michael Myers, Jason kind of theme. I get that. And then on the other hand, you also have the sense that they're trying to go for like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, kind of like grimy, like real life exploitation type of film. So they're kind of trying to do both. And I get the appeal. That can work if the writing is good, if the acting is good, right? But neither are present in any of the Terrifier movies, I'm assuming. Again, this is assuming, though, because I don't 100% know what's in Terrifier 2 or 3 yet, but, like, I doubt they're gonna actually go into the backstory of who Art is. I want to know who this motherfucker is, why he's killing people, like, who he is as a person. Like, does he ever get his mask taken off? I don't know.
Nope.
Like, he's just some random asshole who can't die. Like, and I get that, like, it... Alright, with Michael Myers, it's scarier not really knowing why he's doing what he's doing. Because it's like, he's not fully explained. It's just kind of like he was... It's like a hand wave away. In the original, it was like kind of hand wove away as like, oh, he was possessed by evil itself. Kind of thing. And he has a compulsion to go and kill his family lineage, aka Laurie, right? But that's more than you get with Terrifier, though. Right? It was like, at least you know who Michael was. He was a kid, he did something really awful by killing his one sister. He was just kind of like possessed by evil. That's a lot more than you get with Art the Clown, though. You're like, Art, like, you gotta give us something. Not just some random asshole all of a sudden shows up out of nowhere and goes on this murder spree for no reason in Halloween. You could give us a little bit.
Yeah, well, let me just stop you right there. I was gonna say this, like there are some people out there that can make a good horror movie, like why this killer is doing this, such and such. Sometimes they give us a little backstory, but sometimes you just want to skip that and just go to a gore porn because that's what some people like to see, gore porn. Because I'm looking at you, Hostel and Hostel 2.
Yeah, I mean, and you can have, but I'm just saying it's like you can have it both ways. You can have the little bit, like, you don't have to spend an hour on the backstory. Literally just like mention it or do like a like in the beginning of the, like, you know, the Nightmare on Elm Street movie, the first one. You see him like building the claw kind of thing in his like workshop. Like, you could just do like a 10-minute kind of like prequel to kind of just give us a hint on who this guy was before and why he's doing it. And then the rest could just be all whatever you want. You can have it both ways.
Yeah.
And like you said with Hostel, Hostel was awful. It didn't have any good plot. It didn't have very good acting. Unlike Saw, there's actually a reason why these things were happening in Saw. Hostel had no reason. It was just a shitty Eli Roth movie. But every Eli Roth movie sucks. So it's like, I don't know. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in Terrifier 2 or 3, they actually do go into his backstory a little bit. I don't know. I doubt the writing will get a whole lot better. I don't know. But I guess I get the appeal of it, but at the same time, I don't get why everyone's thinking that this is like the scariest movie ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and let me just say this, like, I grew up with 80s and 90s horror. Yeah, there are some cheesy ones out there, but they're still actually pretty scary. All right, so, and for today's horror, I got nothing against it. It just, to me, it's just a gore porn jump scare to me, because I get bored pretty quickly. All right, I'm sorry, I got nothing against everyone out there who likes today's horror, but it's just not for me. I'm not saying this as an old man shouting at clouds. It's just that, like, get me something to let me invest into the movie. All right.
I agree. So there's two things I want to talk about really quick. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Hold on. We got that one, and then I just lost one. Shit. Hold on.
Okay, hold it on. Hold it on to my chair.
You know what movie I watched recently? And it's a cheesy, goofy, it's more humor than horror at all. It's because it's not scary at all. But it's still entertaining as fuck because of how goofy and cheesy it is. And I enjoyed that more as a quote-unquote horror movie than I did Terrifier. And you might laugh, but it was The Howling 3 The Marsupials I watched recently. And this movie is fucking hilarious. Not in a good... Well, it's hilarious in a good way, but like it's intended to be kind of goofy, but at the same time it's supposed to be a horror movie. It's not scary that much at all, obviously, but it is pretty entertaining. I was enjoying it. Right? Because it has really cheesy, goofy looking werewolf design. It does have some humor moments, obviously, and it's just really goofy, right? But I still enjoyed that more than Terrifier, because at least it was entertaining, and the story itself is good, though. Like, again, it's not really a horror movie because it's not scary, but like it's still like it had a decent story going throughout it.
I see. And
with the right direction and the right writing, you could really make something entertaining.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, what movie is this again?
The Howling 3. The Marsupials. Which is really goofy because it's like kangaroo werewolves.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I was gonna say, my favorite one is the Howling 2, Steerber Werewolf.
Yeah, that one's great too. Yep. Your sister is a werewolf.
Yeah.
Actually,
I won't lie. I was gonna say, I won't lie. Sybil Danning is still a hottie.
Yeah, she is. I want to play that one song because that song is fucking catchy. I might be like hit a copyright, but
I know what song.
Yeah, I know, but I want to play it for the audience.
Oh, come on.
Because actually, that's a pretty decent song.
I know, but they play it through the whole movie.
I know. I just don't want the one where she like gets naked, though. Obviously. Yeah. But it's such a silly movie. Even the second one is great though, because it has Christopher Lee as like, and he like instead of a vampire, he's a werewolf hunter.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, after that movie was printed and all, he said he apologized for being on there.
He shouldn't. It's still a good movie. It's cheesy as hell and it's not scary, but it's still entertaining. You could have fun with a good, bad horror movie, and it's still good. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, the best Howling is the first one, and arguably it might be the only good Howling movie. But I like 2 and 3 also. But after 3, it really falls apart, and it's just not. It's not fun bad. It's just bad.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, it's like it's not as fun for the other ones, unfortunately. But yeah.
I was gonna say and on the first Howling, it is good and everything because just like what this one reviewer I used to watch back in the day, it's like when you see the nude scenes, it's like they're doing it because they're going into their animal instincts, but on Howling 2, it's just werewolves just going at it.
And obviously they paid a lot for Sybil, whatever her name is. They paid a lot for her, so they're gonna get their money's worth by having her strip every 5 seconds in the movie, but
I know. Yeah, I forgot how many times she did that thing there.
She rips her clothes off like 4 or 5 times throughout the movie. And then I think at the end, like the credit sequence, it's like just keeps repeatedly showing that shot. I'm like, okay, guys, we get it. She has a nice rack, but
oh yeah, I saw the TV version of it, and for the TV version, when they do that, they just show her a picture of her closing her eyes. That's all.
Oh, I hear they're actually coming out.
Other reason.
Sorry.
Well,
I hear they're actually coming out with like a ultra Blu-ray of that movie soon. It's gonna be like those like ultra Blu-ray.
Wow. So you can see a Sybil Danning's rack in 4K and Blu-ray.
Yep. But I like goofy older horror movies like that. Sure, they're not. Some of them aren't as scary anymore, like they might have been back then. But and some of them
Oh,
still
I keep.
hold. A lot of them still hold up, though. Obviously,
Oh yeah.
and that's what pisses
And
me. Sorry, go
I,
ahead.
I was gonna say, and yeah, I keep trying to invite people like come and come to my Discord and watch these horror documentaries I helped back. It's called In Search of Darkness. I helped back all three documentaries of them.
Oh yeah,
And what's cool
I've
is
seen
that
those advertised. Yeah.
and
Hmm.
and what's cool is that on the In Search of Darkness part 2 a video they used some of my footage when I did did an unboxing video of it, and I was like, that's cool. That
That
is
is
so
awesome.
cool.
Nice. Yeah, I need to see those. I
Yeah.
have been meaning to watch them. I didn't back them or anything, but
Well, if you have Shutter, it should be on there.
unfortunately, I don't. I need to get Shudder. All I have is Netflix and HBO Max.
Well, if you're free one day, we could watch an hour of it because all four documentaries of In Search of Darkness are 4 hours, so we could just watch in 1 hour of it.
Each one's 4 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, because that it talks about all 80s horror movies. On the first and second movie, they talk about all the iconic 80s horror movies, but on the third one, they talk about the horror movies that you see when you go to a Blockbuster or Hollywood Video, and you see those other horror movies, but y'all don't pick it up.
Yeah. Those are classic. I remember going to the horror aisle with the VHS tapes, and you looking at the weird cassette, the covers for the movies, and you're like, "What the hell is this movie? Killer Leprechaun? Nah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch that one."
No, I like Leprechaun. Well, yeah, I
The
do
first
like
one was
Leprechaun, but
good.
the third one. No, but I was gonna say the third one is awesome.
Is that the one in space, or
It's
is that the
cheesy.
one in the hood?
No, Leprechaun 3 is the one he goes to Vegas.
Oh, the Vegas one. Yeah, that one was pretty funny too. I think I know the scene you're talking about too, but yeah. Yeah, like there's so many good ones. Like if I watch those which I do need to watch those documentaries, I'd have like at the end I'd have a list of like movies I haven't watched yet or haven't heard of in a long time. Like, oh yeah, I need to watch this still. And I'll have like a whole list of movies I still have to watch.
Well, I was gonna say if you're free this week, we could watch the third one where he talks about all the movies all the weird horror movies that you see on the racks and like Blockbuster and all. I'm just saying if you want to watch it.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. Yeah, those are great. Like I remember like years ago, during Halloween this one year, there is like I think on AMC they had that 100 scariest horror moments of all time. Remember? Like,
yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that with my friend Halo.
Yeah, I used to watch, and every year since that point, it was always on, and I loved watching that over and over again because it was just fun. It was like so even if like the movie itself might not even be like a horror movie, but like that moment in that movie was scary or whatever. So it's like I remember watching that a lot too. And then they had like a couple of them. Like it was like they had the original 100, then they had 100 more. 50 more or whatever. I don't know how many altogether they made, but yeah, those are pretty fun too.
The last one I watched with my friend Halo is the best like 100 best horror endings. That's the last one I watched with her.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and when I helped back the In Search of Darkness documentary, yes, my name is on the end credits. And what's cool is that all three of them are the Elvira version of it.
Of course.
Hey, what can I say? Elvira is awesome.
I guess stupid thing in my monitor.
Yeah.
I'll take care of that later.
And on But yeah, they had different versions of it, like the Elvira version, the Dead Meat version, and the Corey Taylor version, and the Brendan Tennant version. Oh, you also check if you want something to watch, you should check out Brendan Tennant's channel because he reviews a lot of cult classic movies.
Oh, you'll have to link me to it at the end, and I'll go subscribe because I never heard of him before.
He talks. Oh, he used to be a part of Channel Awesome way before the
Oh yeah, I remember
the channel debacle. But yeah, he talks about occult movies from horror, thriller, animes, and all. But yeah, he did review, and his what made him what made him popular is that when he reviewed all the kaiju movies.
Okay. Yeah,
from like Godzilla and all.
Right. Yeah, I remember watching a few people from Channel Awesome, and they were still good. Not anymore so much, but I know I used to watch Phelan and Obscurus Lupa, and they're still making stuff on their own channels, which is cool. Obviously I used to watch Spoonie a bit, but obviously Spoonie really has fallen a lot since his popularity, unfortunately, but yeah.
What?
Huh?
What happened?
Spoonie.
I was gonna say, yeah, and oh yeah, I know, but I was gonna say, yeah, and Phelan and Lupa, I didn't know I know that there were a couple, and I saw their wedding pictures 3 years ago. They probably tied the knot.
Yeah, they got married. I think they live together now.
Oh, does she live in Canada with him, or did he come to the States?
I don't know who moved or whatever, but I know I've seen recently some videos they were making together, and they were both in the same place together. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, but I still watch Linkara. He's still going strong.
Is he really? Oh Lord.
Hey, I like when he reviews bad comics.
Yeah, I think the weakest part of that guy with the glasses was probably Doug Walker himself. Honestly.
Yeah, but let's save that one for another.
Yeah, I mean we don't have to keep talking about has-beens. Anyway, I wanted to talk about one other thing movie related. It's it pisses me off when kids today or modern moviegoers a classic horror movie will re-release in theaters, right? And you got the modern viewing audience, and they just shit on the movie or laugh at the movie instead of you know what I mean? And I'm
yeah,
you guys are so inundated with shitty horror movies, you don't even really know what actual good horror is. Because they think in their heads, they've been trained to think that jump scares is horror. That's scary. And if a movie doesn't have a lot of jump scares, it's not going to be scary. But jump scares isn't horror. Anyone could just...
It's just pissing people off.
Yeah, it's just taking advantage of a reflex everyone has as humans. Anyone could just flash something in front of your face really quick and you'll startle them. But that's not actual horror. Horror is about building tension and suspense throughout. And these modern moviegoers just don't understand that. They don't have the patience to understand that. Because they want horror all the time, quote unquote horror all the time. They want jump scares up the wazoo. They want to watch The Conjuring 5 or Annabelle 13, where it's just a bunch of flashing lights and that stupid horror movie sting where it's ding, or you know what I mean? It's and fucking jump scares here and there, and it's you guys don't really appreciate true horror though, clearly. Because I saw someone on Twitter, and The Shining was showing in the theaters again, and I would have loved to have gone to the theaters to actually watch The Shining, because that would have been fucking awesome. But you had the audience laughing throughout the tense parts. Because it's not modern.
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
I don't. Now you see why I don't go to movie theaters anymore. I just stick with my small circle of friends where we actually appreciate 80s and 90s horror.
Mm. I haven't been to the movie theaters in years.
I was gonna say, what about the early 2000s? They get a pass because there are some out there that's okay, but I still dread of going to see I Know What You Did Last Summer with friends. That movie just made me bored out of my mind. I'm like,
Now, there are some modern horror movies that are decent.
Yeah,
they're not as good, but
early
they're decent.
Early to what? I was trying to say, that there are some. I said there are some good early 2000 ones, but just not the popular ones. To me, the popular ones, like, they're okay, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, I get you.
Anybody remember The Strangers?
Yeah, Strangers. What was the other one? With The Purge. What was scary about The Purge? Come on, any of the Purge movies, they're not scary. It's boring. Just an action movie where people go and kill people. I'm like, not even kill people, because they're not killing a lot of people. It's just focusing on a group or a family or whatever. And oh, scary, they're wearing masks. I'm like, get your gun out, bitch.
I was gonna say, y'all mask looks like something that I will see at a rave or Burning Man.
You go to Spirit of Halloween, you'll see those masks.
Right?
Yeah. I like cosmic horror, and it's so hard to watch to do cosmic horror good, or body horror. I'm also a big fan of too. But and I recently rewatched some of the original Alien movies, and it's like the first Alien movie is the best one. So like a lot of people will be like, Aliens is the best one, the second one. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, the first one is way better than the second one.
Yeah, because on the first one, they made the xenomorph unkillable, but on the second one, you can kill them.
Well, the second one's just like a sci-fi action movie. It's not horror. It's not scary. There's no real tension whatsoever. There's no fear of the unknown. You know what the monster is. You know what you're dealing with. It's not that scary. Sure, there's a bunch of them, but Like, there's such good tension and build up to the monster reveal in the first one.
Yeah, for modern horror, there's that one thing they don't do anymore: tension. They don't do that tension. No, they just go straight to the gore and the killing.
Yeah. And like I said, there are some like lower budget movies that are still doing it right, but like I said, for the most part, the big popular AAA studios making these horror movies, like Blumhouse has really been losing its fucking way a lot. Blumhouse started out pretty strong and decent, but my god, the movies have been sucking lately. And then you got A24 Studios, which some of their stuff's okay, but it's kind of hit and miss if it's going to be any scary or not.
I was gonna say, imagine that they're losing their touch. Imagine it.
Yeah, big shock there, huh? I'm like, have you seen the trailer for the Wolfman remake they're doing? I'm like, the guy isn't even a werewolf. Goodness. I'm like, I thought the Wolfman was supposed to be a werewolf. My bad. Sorry, I guess not. It's just like, oh, my dad turned from a normal man into a crazy man who has slightly more body hair. What? That's not a werewolf, damn it.
That's a himbo with a lot of body hair.
That's just an Italian on all fours going around being a little crazy. It's Robin Williams in all fours. On drugs. That's all it fucking is. I'm like, that's not really scary. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, going crazy, I guess, could be scary, sure, but come on, makeup department, are you guys that lazy to like just throw together a fucking werewolf costume. It's like movie theaters are scared to actually have actual werewolves in the werewolf movie now. I'm like, come on.
Come on.
Like, when was the
Oh
last
my
time we had a
goodness,
decent
but-
werewolf movie? Shit. Early 2000s,
The
like you
last
said,
werewolf
probably. Because you had Bad Moon, that was good. Dog Soldiers was really good. That was it.
Yeah. But yeah, and every time when I'm in a vampire mood, I just go to the 80s and 90s vampire movies
Yeah.
and 70s because I watched this movie that was reviewed by Brandon Tindall called Lust for Blood. I think that's what it's called. But oh my, a female vampire wants to bite this pretty lady. I was like, oh my.
Oh, no, stop. Wait, don't. Oh, no. Please don't.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's like vampires aren't really all that scary to begin with, in my opinion. I never really found the fear in vampires, but
No, but the Christopher Lee and Bela Lugosi, they made their Draculas were scary.
I don't know if Bela Lugosi was all that scary, but Christopher Lee's was pretty good.
If you want a good
Still good
laugh
classic
at a
though.
vampire movie, just watch. Classic. Just watch Dracula AD that has Christopher Lee on it.
Oh Lord.
If you want a good laugh, or
Alright.
but I was gonna say, like, Christopher Lee, every time when he's on screen, he owns it. He make his presence known, like yeah, this is Christopher Lee right here. And yes, and also on that movie is Peter Cushing.
Nice. As
My heart dropped when I heard that Christopher Lee passed.
Yeah.
But sorry to cut you off. What you about to say?
No, it's fine. So
Okay.
let me move from the topic of movies really quick. Because I have 2 lists here and I wanted to go over them with you. And now we have fucking ads. Gotta love the ads. The 15 most haunted places in America. Huh? I didn't hear what you said.
You were saying the ads, and I was like, yeah, they want your money.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately. So I just wanted to go over this list and see, like, give you my opinion on if they're actually haunted or not, and you can give your opinion if you think they're actually haunted. Because I think a lot of places that are similar to this, where it's like, oh, you got Amityville, you got this, are kind of blown out of proportion by, like, tall tales and over exaggerations and, like, the movies over glamorizing them. Because they get away with so much based on true events. My ass, they're based on true events. So let's see what we got here. We got the Driscoll in Austin, Texas. Built in 1886, this is a luxury hotel in the Lone Star State. Has a reputation for paranormal activities. For years, there have been many reports of seeing a ghost of Colonel Jesse Driscoll, as well as the spirit of a young girl who tragically died. I've never even heard of this place before. I mean, I'm sure it's probably in a lot of those, like, Ghost Adventures with Zach Bagans. Even though Zach Bagans is a massive fraud. Like, it's all... Anything you watch in Ghost Adventures is fake. Just letting you guys know. It's 100% fake. If you're watching any ghost... Like, any ghost hunter thing is mostly going to be fake. But... It definitely was Zach Bagans.
I know.
But I've never heard of this place before, so I can't really say yay or nay on that. Well, I mean, I've never been to any of these places either, but... Huh?
Hold on. I was going to say that I heard about this place. I used to live in Texas. Remember?
Oh, yeah, you did used to live there.
Yeah. I heard
Did you ever
about it.
go?
I didn't went there because... No, because I didn't like, a good way my family don't want to take me all the way to Austin just to see a haunted place.
Right. What do we have next? We got the Whaley House.
Never heard of it.
Long history of hauntings and paranormal activity. It started as a family home, then it became a courthouse and a theater with several deaths. People claim they heard footsteps and see ghosts of the former residents. Let me ask you a question. How come modern ghosts don't exist? How come it's always like ghosts from the 1800s, 1900s, 1700s? I want to see a ghost from the 2000s with like really baggy jeans and like a Walkman or something. How come it's always the older people like that get to be fucking ghosts? I don't know. Like I've seen some like ghost hunter shows that go here. Haven't really seen a whole lot of credible evidence though. So I'm like, I don't really think that place is that haunted. It might be like probably just an old building, I would guess, and just kind of like creaks and groans and like, oh my god, there's a ghost. But to be fair, a lot of the gadgets that ghost hunters use to try to like capture evidence are very like subjective anyway. So it's like it could be picking up false positives because they pick up other things than just supposedly ghosts. You know what I mean? So they could get a false positive and think that's evidence of a ghost when it's really not. You know what I mean? And some of the equipment is just straight up bullshit. But the Alamo, San Antonio. Now this I feel has a potential to be haunted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's obviously a lot of deaths happened around here. It's a very historic site. You got the famous battle. I think this place has potential to be quite haunted. Same with probably a lot of prisons or insane asylums probably have a good chance of possibly being haunted. Then we got the Bell Witch Cave, which I've never heard of before. Is a spirit that tormented the Bell family in the early 19th century. This cave is said to be home. Yeah, I'm sure it's a home of a witch. Hear eerie voices. See, yeah, I'm sure you can. It's just a cave, guys. Calm down. I'm like, ain't there a movie about that? A fake documentary about that? Probably. I don't know. The Villisca Axe Murder House. I've heard about this one. There's sorry, gotta chill. A gruesome and unsolved murder that happened in the early 1900s. There was a mass murder of 8 people inside of it, and it's remained largely unchanged to this day. I've seen quite a few people go here to do like investigations. Never have really seen a whole lot of people get any kind of real evidence though from it. I don't think this place is haunted. It's unfortunate that the mass murder took place, and a lot of people believe it to be a traveling serial killer that did it. Like he would just travel from town to town on the trains and stop over and kill people. Like, and then people think that's what who did it probably. But it's unfortunate that happened. But I don't really think it's that haunted though. Obviously, Gettysburg probably has a good chance to be haunted. I don't really even need to describe Gettysburg. Everyone knows what the fuck Gettysburg is. I have seen quite a few actual supposed ghost sightings, and assuming the videos weren't tampered with in any way, chances are it's probably is haunted a bit. Or like, maybe not like an intelligent haunting, but a residual haunting, you know? Because there's the difference, like, residual haunting is like the ghosts don't know they're dead and they just keep like going about the daily activities like they would if they were alive. So they're following the same area where like buildings might used to be if they weren't changed, or on a battlefield in their Civil War attire, whatever.
Yeah.
Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia. I've never heard of this place. That is a creepy, cool-looking building. Look at the size of that fucking building. This 1864 asylum was designed to hold 250 patients but became overcrowded by 10 times that amount. Overcrowding and general abuse. Yeah, we've heard that a lot. But that's a cool looking building.
It is.
Very big too. See, if I like had like a bunch of money, I would buy one of these places and just like, I don't know, like restore them to its former glory. Because like a lot of these types of places are like falling apart and in disrepair, and I would want to like historically preserve and restore it back to its like original look. Don't modernize it, don't change it, keep it the same, but like restore it. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
The St. Augustine Lighthouse in Florida. I've heard a lot about this too, seen a lot of ghost hunters going here too. I don't really see the reason why a random ass lighthouse would be haunted. Supposedly one of the previous lighthouse workers died, but everyone dies every day. That doesn't mean every place they used to work at or lived at could be haunted. I don't really think it would be haunted. Do you?
Right.
What do you think? Hearing children laughter is not uncommon. Yeah, former keepers as well as the two girls who recently drowned nearby. I mean, it's just a lighthouse. Yeah. Like, bad things sometimes happen to our lighthouses. It doesn't mean it's haunted. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium, Kentucky. This probably has a good chance to be haunted, I would think. Like I said before, like a lot of like the insane asylums, or especially when like there's a lot of negativity in the air, a lot of negative energy, especially because there's a lot of like abuse going on in this place, a lot of mistreatments of patients and stuff, and the body shoot, which is fun. I remember watching BuzzFeed Unsolved go here, Shane and Ryan, and now they're called Ghost Files or whatever, but they went here quite a few times and it was pretty good. They're pretty funny, actually. They're more of like a comedy thing than an actual investigation, but they do investigate. But yeah, I mean, like, I have a feeling this place could probably be haunted. The Stanley Hotel, which I don't think is haunted at all. Like, I get it. Like, Stephen, this is the hotel that inspired The Shining. But Stephen King is known to have been on a lot of drugs at the time of his writing his big books and everything, and he had a bad dream. Okay, that doesn't make the place haunted though. And then it's like you put the ideal that a certain place is haunted into the general subconscious of people at large, of society, of like the gestalt of, what's the right word? The gestalt of human consciousness in general. Like the collective unconscious of society at large, right? And then people are going to start claiming they're seeing shit because subconsciously or consciously they know this place is supposed to be haunted. And if you're looking for ghosts, you're going to see quote-unquote ghosts. That doesn't mean it's an actual ghost. That means any sort of small thing that you think you see, you're going to attribute to a ghost instead of what it probably actually is, you know? And then you also have on top of that pareidolia, which is like the human brain trying to make sense of shapes that aren't defined. Like, oh, that looks like a face, but it isn't really a face. You know, have you heard about that?
Yeah.
It's like finding faces where there aren't any faces kind of thing, because your brain is filling in the information that isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just don't think it's haunted. The Witch House, Salem, Massachusetts. The only remaining structure with direct ties to the Salem witch trials. It was once the home of the Judge Jonathan Corwin. Historic who presided over the trials. I don't know. I mean, it's probably maybe on. I don't fucking know. I'm just going off my gut on these. Obviously, I've never been there. I can't say one way or the other. This is just my intuition talking. I don't think this place is haunted. Like, sure, it's what happened was awful, of course. Like, no one's gonna say it wasn't awful. And these people were clearly innocent and never did anything. But mass hysteria gripped the people at the time, and they were very superstitious back then. But again, I doubt it's probably haunted. It would be cool to see, just for historic purposes. I would love to go visit Salem one of these days. Just like as more of like a historic kind of tour to like learn about the past and everything. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
West Virginia Penitentiary. Is City of Moundsville? Most diabolical criminals until 1995. I doubt this place is actually haunted, though. Then you got Queen Mary. I have heard quite a few things about it supposedly being haunted. But wouldn't any ship kind of have a lot of deaths after a while? Especially as old and experienced as this ship is? Because the ship was a passenger ship, and then I think it was retrofitted for the Army in World War II. And then it became a passenger ship again afterwards.
Yeah.
Sorry, my throat's getting a little dry.
This is why I don't go on cruises.
Well, this ship doesn't go on a cruise at all anymore. This ship is anchored in Los Angeles, I think. But it's still considered a hotel. So you can still like book a room for the night anchored. It doesn't go anywhere. But people book rooms for the night and then go exploring at night and doing paranormal investigations and stuff to try to capture evidence. But yeah, it would be cool. Like, I do want to go here again, more for historical purpose, and I think it'd be cool to see an old ship like that. You know, I like more of the history of these places, and the actual possibility of a paranormal thing. And I guarantee you, if you're going on a ghost tour, you're never gonna see shit. Like 100%, you're not seeing shit if you're going on one of these prepaid ghost tours that are overpriced. Eastern State Penitentiary. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say over here, I saw some Dr. Air carriers here. Yep, gunships. Over here
cool.
In Washington.
That's cool. I remember when I was younger, I was in like the Boy Scouts, and there was a retired docked battle cruiser that was docked somewhere nearby in New York somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like the whole scout troop, we stayed overnight there. It was really cool. But I don't remember what ship it was though. It was really neat. And you it's obviously retired and is docked there and everything, but it's really cool because you see the giant guns and you go in and inside the quarters, and the rooms are so small inside of there. But it was cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cruel and unusual punishment. I don't know. Eastern State Penitentiary. A lot of these are just old fucking buildings, and that kind of leads people to thinking they might be haunted. But I've never heard of this place. Bachelor's Grove Cemetery?
I think I heard of it.
It's notorious for its ghost sightings. Apparently, there is a well-known photo of a ghostly woman sitting on the tombstone, captured by supposed ghost investigators. Let me see if I can find that. What is that? Bachelor's Grove. Let's see if we can find that one picture. I want to see how realistic this looks. I don't want Ghost Adventures. So this is the picture, huh? It looks like it's just an out of focus picture of a random person sitting there in black and white. Like literally, like it literally just looks like a stage picture of like someone wearing a dress. Okay, go sit there, wear the dress. I'm gonna get my old ass shit camera out and lower the resolution really bad and take a black and white picture of you. And then maybe run it through a filter to add all these artifacts into it. Why can't people take pictures on with a fucking with a smartphone? Why do they all have to be like old black and white pictures? Unless this picture was taken a long time ago. In the 90s? Okay, well, maybe if it was in the 90s, maybe. Still, it's not that compelling. It looks like a random person just sitting there. It's not see-through. It doesn't look like a ghostly apparition. It's just a person sitting in black. Come on. Calm down, people. Alright, that's it for that one. And then I have one other different one that might have different building or different things here. Most haunted places these are, remember. These are the haunted places, right? Supposedly. Again, the same thing. Again, we have the same thing. I've never heard of this one before. Minnesota Wabasha Street Caves. Once a gangster hideout, huh? Oh, it was a gangster hideout. It must be full of ghosts then, right? Never heard of it.
If they got killed there.
Oh. Again, people get killed everywhere. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's haunted. Of course, it's just literally a tourist attraction to get more money out of people. That's the evidence. 10 times zoomed in. It looks like old grandpa dancing. There's his arm up there. That's his head. His other arm's over here. He's just doing a jig. And it's just zoomed in so much that it's so blurry as fuck. Unless we're talking about this shit down here. Sorry, people, but ghost orbs are dust. They're not. Would come to grab a drink during Prohibition. No one is allowed in the room, only to view from the entrance. This is a zoomed in version of what he captured. Oh my gosh. No one is allowed in there. This little rope barring entranceway will prevent anyone from going in there. But look, Bernie Sanders is really getting down and partying, apparently. I don't fucking know. Someone's grandpa's over here dancing up the storm. Gotta be a ghost. Hey, Tony. So this is the lightened version, huh? Oh, it's headless. No, it's just really bad camera. And like, it's zoomed in so much you can't really even tell what the hell you're looking at.
I know.
The LaLaurie House in Louisiana. Now this probably is haunted, because if you know anything about New Orleans, that place is very spiritually active. So I don't doubt that any place in New Orleans is probably active as fuck. And this is
Astral.
Sorry, what?
I was gonna say that I was born in New Orleans.
Oh, nice.
I was born in New Orleans. Like, can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's a little low though.
How about now?
That's a bit better.
Yeah, I was trying to say, yeah, there's a lot of ghost stories over there in New Orleans. So
Yeah, I would love to go one of these days just to like visit some of these like historical places like this or whatever. I haven't watched American Horror Story, but I guess it's featured on there. But I guess she was like, she had slaves that she abused and supposedly killed.
Yeah.
But I don't doubt that it's probably haunted. Nevada's governor's mansion? Never heard of this one either. Oh, it has at least 2 ghosts in it. Not just 1, 2. Reportedly. And a young woman just ran. The city even claims that the home is one of the... Yeah, okay. What, based on 1 or 2 eyewitnesses, supposedly? Again, never heard of this one either. Pawsley's Island? It's just like local legends. It's like, oh, people are really bored and they're just talking in a bar or whatever. And it's like, dude, have you seen this random gray guy who just randomly shows up on the beach at midnight or whatever? It's like they're just making up tall tales.
Yeah, and I'll say, man, that's my uncle.
Texas, the USS Lexington. Now that's a ship.
Yep.
Mysterious screams and cries. Some visitors claim they felt uncomfortable and have mysteriously fallen ill. Probably from all the lead paint that's probably inside of it, but... Oh, I'm mysterious falling ill. Probably because of all the mold and lead paint, I guess. And of course you're going to feel uncomfortable. Like the core, like inside of battleships is not like the most spacious. They're really cramped. They're kind of claustrophobic feeling. You're probably going to feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be cool to go visit. Like I said, these ships are really cool to see.
Yeah.
Washington, the Olympic Club Hotel. This is near you guys, right?
Never heard of this place.
I haven't either, though. Once a gentleman's resort. Hotel has a rich history of gambling. Let's go gambling! Bootleggers and ladies of the night. Legends of resident ghosts who move objects and cause mischief. Again, these are unsubstantiated claims of supposedly, like, people are just bored, so they're making up rumors where it's like, oh, be careful, this is an old place, so there's gonna be a lot of ghosts. The Paw Paw Tunnel?
Sure about that? I never heard of that one either.
Oh, furries love to meet up here all the time.
Oh.
Some say the spirit of a deceased lock keeper haunts this canal tunnel, which is a part of the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal National Historic Park. Disembodied whispers and unexplained shadows. You mean to tell me there's whispers in an echoey long tunnel? What? No way. And that shadows might be bouncing around the place in a tunnel? Shock.
No, really?
The Union Cemetery. Like, you can go to any random ass cemetery in any state, and someone will probably claim that one's haunted because dead people are buried there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, this place is reportedly haunted. Why? Because there's a bunch of dead bodies buried there, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Axe murder. The Ridges. What is that? Athens Lunatic Asylum. Been featured on the scariest places on Earth, which I don't even know what that is. Probably just some paranormal show.
A weird TV show.
Yeah, probably on the Travel Channel or something. Idaho Shoshone Ice Caves. Ice caves. Oh. Both visitors and staff at the tourist attraction claim they heard footsteps and strange voices in the allegedly haunted caverns. One legend speaks of Indian princess who might have been buried in the cave. Again, echoes coming from people visiting, and like especially in caves and stuff, like those echoes are going to travel far. Even if like a tour group's way the hell in there, you're probably going to still hear them. But if you want to go into the conspiracy theory side a little bit, it's like caves could possibly lead to the hollow earth theory, and it's said that there are like either reptilians or another race of people time is long forgot about living in hollow earth. So maybe they're hearing that. Spooky. I don't know. The Stanley Hotel again. The Excelsior Hotel in East Texas.
Are they doing that because of East Texas? Oh my.
Under strict orders not to acknowledge any ghosts.
I haven't heard of that place.
Including the mysterious smell of pipe smoke. Oh my god!
Someone smoking a pipe?
Oh my gosh, no. The Winchester Mystery House. Have you heard of this place?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Never been.
No, I always wanted to go though. I don't think this place is haunted at all. I don't think there's anything supernatural about this place, but it is really cool. The story behind it is really interesting and really cool. And it's just kind of, in my opinion, the actions of someone with a fractured and broken mind wrought by grief that felt compelled to keep building on and on to her place as a way to kind of distract herself from her grief, probably. Still, it's really cool, the designs that are shown in the place and how you have like stairs going to nowhere and doors that open to nothing and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. But do I think that she was in communication with spirits that were telling her how to build? No, I don't think that's probably the case. Still very cool and would be awesome to go visit.
True.
The Pine Barrens. For the Jersey Devil. I don't really think the Jersey Devil exists, but I don't doubt that like thick woods and stuff like that are probably going to be pretty scary, especially at night. Probably not haunted though. Just saying. Arkansas Crescent Hotel. I've never heard of this place either. Has been said. Who said this? Random guest. One woman's spirit is a woman who died after jumping or being pushed off the roof. It's definitely a weird design for a hotel a little bit, though.
Really, it looks like a police
You got these columns. Yeah, it doesn't look like a hotel, does it?
Yeah, like I said, it looks like a police headquarters.
Yeah, and then you got like these weird stairs, like you have to climb up the stairs to go to the rooms. I don't know. Now this place looks cool. The Biltmore Estate. George Vanderbilt died in his home in the early 1900s, and visitors have said his ghost can be spotted around the property. Again, just because the old owner died in the place doesn't necessarily mean it's haunted, though. Like, you know how, like, every house would every single house in America would be haunted if that was true, though, right? Like, most of the older houses that are, like, built, like, in the 1900s or early 2000s that had someone die in it would be haunted if that's the case, right?
Yeah.
Like, just because someone dies doesn't mean they're staying behind as a ghost, you know? The Birdcage Theater. I don't think I've heard of that. Oh, it's a saloon?
Howdy, partner.
Yeah, right. Well, it's in Arizona. Arizona, yeah.
Oh, I lived there too. I lived in Arizona too.
You've just been everywhere, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah. New Orleans, Arizona, Texas,
Where'd you like the best?
Arizona.
Oh, really? It would be too hot for me. I hate the heat.
At least you have something to do over there.
True. Antietam. I can't pronounce that.
I don't know how to pronounce.
Antietam?
I can't either.
National Battlefield. Again, we got a massive battlefield from the Civil War era, probably haunted. Has every right to be haunted. Fort at Pemaquid Beach is haunted by the ghost of a Native American chief who was hung and killed. It's supposed to say hung, not hanged. Like, that's bad grammar. Witnesses say they spotted his spirit by the tree where he died. That's a shame. I don't know how podcasters can do this.
Yeah.
My throat's already starting to get dried out from talking so much, you know?
They have water by their side.
I might have to go get another water. I've been drinking some soda earlier, but I'll be right back. Let me grab some water.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
You're still with me, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
Stay away from that root beer.
The what?
Stay away from that root beer.
Actually, it was Mountain Dew, but
People love Mountain Dew these days, huh?
I like the original Mountain Dew, honestly. The original green one is the best one. I don't know. I probably should try to cut back on soda a little bit, though.
I have.
But it's so hard because, like, I need something with flavor when I'm having soda, with supper, like meal, food and stuff. I need something with a little bit of flavor.
Yeah.
And I don't like sparkling water either, or seltzer. I don't like that. All right.
It tastes like nothing.
It doesn't. I mean, it does. I mean, the S.O.S furnaces. Again, not haunted. Like a lot of workplaces that, like, doesn't have to be like this big factory, but like a lot of places, like, there have been employees or customers who have died in. That doesn't mean it's haunted, right? Like, you go to any Walmart, I can guarantee you there's probably some old customer who died in it or something. You know what I mean? Or what about a lot of the grocery stores or different stores where, like, mass shootings occurs? Does that make those places haunted now? I doubt it. Just because someone died there. Or because they were pushed to work very long hours under dangerous conditions. It's like, okay, that sucks. Obviously, that's like really, and then it's capitalism and it sucks, but does that make it automatically haunted? Like, if I died at work someday, right? Like, oh, something bad happened. I trip, I fall, hit my head, die, right? I'm not gonna haunt my place where I work. The place I was the least happiest. I'm not gonna haunt that place. You know what I mean? Why would I stick behind and haunt the place I used to work instead of moving on or whatever? Or haunting my loved ones so I can be near them. Instead, I'm just gonna haunt the place I used to work at? No. I don't know. The Shanghai... Oh, God, it's fucking Zach Bagans. The douchebag himself. Oregon. The Shanghai tunnels. These infamous underground tunnels... Wait, once a minute. The illegal act of kidnapping people to serve as sailors? I don't think it's haunted. It's a creepy bit of history, sure, but it's not. I doubt it's haunted. If there's any ghosts here, I want you to speak into this mic right now.
You suck.
Shh. Yeah. Get a job. You bum.
Get a haircut.
Stop being such a douche. Yeah. Waverly Hills again. Fort Delaware State Park. Conditions were horrid, with prisoners fighting over rats to eat. Again, probably not haunted, but that is really pretty cool building. That's a nice looking building. You just don't make buildings the way they used to, you know?
Yeah.
Magnolia Plantation and Garden. Oh, they had slaves. That must mean it's haunted. I mean, it sucks, obviously.
Ugh.
It's been the same family since the 1680s. That's the problem. That some have claimed to witness mysterious voices and noise growling. People are witnessing growling from what? Would they have a demon in the basement or something? What the hell are these assholes doing the whole time on their free time? Summoning demons?
I don't know.
Probably not haunted unless they were summoning demons. Maybe. I mean, maybe they got bored in South Carolina. Like, there's nothing to do. Or Skull, another cemetery. Every cemetery has a potential hotspot of paranormal activity, apparently. A hidden stairway that descends into hell itself. I'm sure it does. There are also tales of witches being killed by the local townspeople. Probably not, but... Hidden stairway that descends into hell. Okay, well, show us where that is. Let me see that. Legend, where is this legend? Where is it? Another... I think we already talked about this one. I'm not sure. Again, most of these places are just like either old prisons or old insane asylums where the conditions are poor. Sure, it sucks, and it's like a part of history or whatever, and it's an older building, but that doesn't automatically make it haunted, does it?
No.
The home of Nebraska state government spurring rumors of... Yeah, see? It's like, oh, more than one person died here, so now there's rumors of paranormal investigation or paranormal sightings. That's all it takes. Just one person to die anywhere, and apparently you got yourself a haunted place. Witnesses claim to have heard shouting and sounds of someone falling down the staircase. Wow! Oh, you just got Goofy falling. Like in Looney Tunes or whatever, just going down the stairs. The French Lick Springs. Yeah, right. French Lick Springs Hotel. Former owner Thomas Taggart Taggart. Still operate. I'm sure he still operates. He's getting paid a lot of money, even in death. Again, just an old hotel. Oh, we actually get a theater for once. That's interesting. Monsters Under the Bed. Never watched it. Never heard of it. Staff has nicknamed their rumored ghost. The rumored on-site ghost. Oh, it was once used as a field hospital after Tupelo was hit by a deadly tornado. Again with his fucking cave, which is just a cave, guys. Calm down. The lighthouse again. Mountains,
How many
Meadow.
lighthouses?
It's the same lighthouse. Like, because this is like the most famous haunted lighthouse in America for some reason. No real reason for it to be haunted other than 1 or 2 people died there. 2 girls drowned in that area, and the lighthouse owner fell or something. And that was it. Mountain Meadows massacre site. 120 settlers were murdered at the site in 1857. What the hell is a Utah War?
I don't know.
By members of the Utah Territorial Militia? Area visitors have reported hearing the sounds of voices. What the hell? It's a Utah. It's like maybe like. What? Like I don't ever recall hearing about that in school.
Same here. Yeah, they don't tell you anything.
Yeah, they don't tell you shit in school, though, to be fair. The Utah War, which is from 1857 to 1850, very short war, also known as the Utah Expedition, the Utah Campaign, but Buchanan's Blunder, the Mormon War. Oh, that explains a lot. Dum 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 dum. The Mormon Rebellion was an armed confrontation between Mormon settlers in the Utah Territory and the armed forces of the U.S. government. Well, I know what side I'm siding with. Not the fucking Mormons. No wonder no one's heard of this. It was just a joke. The confrontation lasted from 1857 to 1858. The conflict primarily involved Mormon settlers and federal troops, escalating from tensions over governance and autonomy within the territory. There were several casualties, predominantly non-Mormon civilians. Yeah, of course. It's the people that didn't want anything to do with the shit that ended up dying, of course, not the people who started the shit.
Right.
Includes the where Mormon militia members disarmed and murdered 120 random settlers trying to get through to California. That's some fucked up bullshit. I'm sorry. Like you can have whatever fucking religion you want, but like leave other fucking people out of this. You just got a bunch of random fucking people in the 1800s trying to travel to California, probably for the gold rush or whatever. And these dumbass Mormons come and be like, no, God, give us all your guns and we're going to kill all you for no reason. What? Because the government isn't giving us our 20 wives that we asked for or something. What the hell?
Oh, dear.
This is like akin to like the South trying to like leave America, like the Civil War, right? Kind of like, but not even as like that. It's just, stupider than that, really. It's stupider than the Civil War, but it's still, it's like, oh, we want to be our own country and keep our slaves and not be part of the United States anymore. And we're like, the fuck you do. Well, this is even worse. This is just... It's not even a freedom to continue following their own religion. They just were upset at the U.S. government for upholding the law, I guess? How stupid. Huh?
I was gonna say, I am the law.
I am the law. Law. I mean, obviously it sucks for the people that died. I mean, they didn't have any part in this either way. They were just trying to fucking get to California, and these assholes would be like, yeah, we're gonna kill you because the government's being dicks to us? What?
Okay, we'll fight back. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, well, fight the government. Don't fight us. We didn't do shit. So yeah, I mean, like, there's a good chance this place probably is haunted, because I'd be a pissed off spirit too if some assholes killed me for some petty reason because they were being bullied by the government. Not even bullied by the government. Yeah. They thought they were being bullied by the government. I'd be pissed off fucking too. Veterans Lake.
People.
I know, right? According to some local residents, you can see the spirits of drowning victims at this lake. Ain't that every lake then? Like, I'm sure every lake has had drownings going on. Like, go to fucking Lake Superior. I'm sure there's a ton of fucking spirits running around there. Then, right?
Right. Yep.
Because Lake Superior has, like, it's like the deepest of the Great Lakes. Got the Edmunds Fitzgerald. It's the only reason I know about it, because that song for the Edmunds Fitzgerald. We got the Chemo Theater in New Mexico. A boy named Bobby. Damn it, Bobby. Died in the theater in 1951. Boiler exploded during a movie screening. Now that's like a 5D movie right there. You know what I mean? You know how they have like 3D and 4D movies? But this is like a really immersive movie. You like watching this action movie and it's the climax of the movie. All of a sudden, boom, and there's fire everywhere. Like, wow, this is some great effects. Wait a second here. Staff members leave out gifts and food to keep a spirit from disturbing patrons. Again, one person dies in a building and apparently it's haunted now. The Pirate's House Restaurants. I'm all for some pirates. Let's go. Restaurant patrons.
The Pirates of Dark Water. I said the Pirates of Dark Waters.
Arr.
Gotta miss that cartoon.
I've never heard of it.
You should watch it.
A reported sense of being watched by spirits. Some claim to, like, if that's the case, I think my house is haunted then. Because, like, every once in a while, like, people, like, we'll just get the feeling that you're, like, something's watching you. But most of the time, it's just paranoia. Mm-hmm. It's not actually spirits. You know what I mean?
I'm always feeling like somebody's watching me.
Jamone.
Yes, Michael Jackson sung the lyrics.
Yeah.
Of that song.
Some claim to have seen ghostly apparitions. The most popular sighting is that of Captain Flint, the fictional character. Hold up a second, bro. Hold on one goddamn second. Y'all be seeing fictional characters. No, y'all be seeing ghosts of fictional characters from the Treasure Island book. A guy who never existed. Who apparently died in Savannah. Raw. Y'all be wilding out here. Yeah, I see the ghost of Edward from Twilight all the time. Oh my god. He sparkles so brightly. I don't even need a light.
Twilight, there is a Twilight. Hey, I was gonna say, speaking of Twilight, there is a Twilight convention here that happens here in Washington.
A convention?
Yeah.
Why? It's oh my god. That's the goal though, isn't it? Like the goal is to like write some kind of book that gets so popular they have conventions about that book. I could only dream of gaining that level of success. Although, if I ever
Right.
did write some kind of book that gained that level of success, I would want it to be a good book, not Twilight.
Yeah.
But still, that's crazy.
Make a convention about an actual good book, not just Twilight.
Yeah, exactly. And don't worry, if I wrote a book, it'd be good. Better than Twilight, anyway. Which isn't a big hurdle to get over. It's not a huge goal to hit. It's like, wow, you wrote a book better than Twilight. It's not that hard. But, jeez. Crazy.
Hey, you want to? I was gonna say, you want to continue this tomorrow? I got nothing to do tomorrow.
Do you have to go soon? Because I'm almost done anyway.
It's almost 5. Oh, okay, then we can still keep going then.
All right, because I'm almost done anyway. So yeah, there's only a couple left.
Okay.
I'll speed up a little bit though. Heart Mountain Relocation Center. Why would that be haunted? Claims shadow people can be seen in the center. Technically, if you believe the rumors, shadow people are fucking everywhere. So that doesn't technically make the place haunted because if you believe in shadow people, like shadow people are fucking everywhere. Like that's kind of what shadow people are, if you believe in it. Not haunted.
So what you trying to say? Shadow people?
Why can't they be white people or light people? No, they're shadow people? Why? Because they look dark?
Right?
What's wrong with that? Just because the shadow people means they're evil? Just because they're darker colored? Some bullshit. Again, supposed... Wait, what? Or, some people think she is the volcano goddess, Madame Pele. Yeah, sure she is. Hotel Captain Cook. Woman committed suicide in one of the hotel rooms. I think that's like almost every big hotel nowadays, though. So if this counts as a haunted location, then how come the Cecil Hotel is not a haunted location? How come the Cecil Hotel is not fucking on here? With all the people that fucking died in the Cecil Hotel, you'd think that'd be on one of these lists. There's more people dying in that than this. And you have like 2 serial killers in that hotel. Or they were in the they didn't die there, but they were there. Crescent Hotel and Spa.
Let's go to the spa.
Reported seeing a full body apparition. A full body apparition in a thermal imaging camera. The Drish House. Oh, such a lovely name. The Drish House. Now that's an ugly house.
The Drish.
That's such an ugly house.
It's not. No, it's not ugly. It's oogly.
Oogly.
It's oogly.
Local folklore says that strange lights, as if a fire is burning, have been seen in the tower room. Probably because a fire was burning in there. The lights may have been. Yeah, sure. The lights may have been the spirit of Miss Sarah Drish, who hated her last name. Who in life, if you believe the local legend, which I don't, had asked that candles be burned around her coffin in the event of her death. No candles were burned, so that the ghostly fire may be a sign of her wrath, even though no one's living in there, so who cares? Muriel's?
Who cares?
Oh, another New Orleans place, so probably is haunted.
Oh yeah, I've seen that place before.
Yeah, owned in 1740s. It's old as fuck. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably is haunted then. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I have heard about this. The Moon River Brewing Company in Georgia. I have heard about this place.
Moon River.
Actually, I believe this place probably would be haunted from this information I have seen about it. Again, the Queen Mary, meh. We already talked about. Lafayette's Blacksmith Shop Bar. I have not heard of this. In New Orleans, though, so still a good chance that it might be haunted if it's in New Orleans. So, yeah.
It might be.
A historic Greek revival mansion in Alabama. Said to be owned by its former owner because the former owner probably died in there, so it has to be haunted. What is this? Gemini Lounge? Oh, it was a massive arson fire hike crime that killed 32 people?
Ouch.
I mean, okay, something like that. I could see that there might be ghosts going on in there. If, like, it's a scene of like, oh, that many people died in in an accident like that. I can see that.
Yeah, me too.
But that's basically it. Oh, one other one that is. Sorry. Hold on a second. 1 second.
Okay.
Gotta take a sip. Before we close up here, 2 other places that obviously is well known for being haunted that for some reason wasn't on those lists at all. But graveyards are all over the place because dead people. Is Amityville Horror, obviously, the Amityville house in New York, which I want to go visit, but it's like all the way on the other side of New York, so it would still be a decent drive just to get there. And I don't think they do tours of the house or anything. No, they used to. Which,
just take a picture of it.
Yeah. Which I don't think is haunted at all. I don't believe that the events in the movies happened. Now, obviously, not the Lutzes, I'm talking about DeFeo. The DeFeo boy did kill his family there, right? That is really what happened. And then he, at first, when he was first basically convicted of murder, he used the excuse that he was hearing voices and voices told him to do it. But since then has changed up his tune quite a bit, that there was no demons or devils and that he was the one who did it. I'm the demon that did it. He has said that because he changed his tune. It was literally just him that killed people and was using anything you could think of as an excuse to not be sentenced for the maximum amount of number of years that he was sentenced for, which didn't work. And the people that have, not counting the Lutz, who arguably made the whole thing up, because the family lawyer for the Lutzes has said that him and the father, like, I forget what his name is, the Mr. Lutz, like, made up the whole story themselves. So he came out publicly and said, we made the whole story up together about the place being haunted after the fact or whatever, and that they had to leave after 28 days or whatever. So the lawyer admitted that they made it up together, even though Mr. Lutz denies that and still says it's haunted. But
wow.
But after that family left, no other family has ever had any problems in that house. No other reports of that house being haunted. Nothing. So I don't think the Amityville Horror house is haunted at all, or ever was. Yeah, it sucks that the DeFeo family died there, and Ronnie DeFeo obviously went to jail for the rest of his life because of it, deservedly so. But I don't think I don't think he was possessed. He just did it himself, right? And then you got the Conjuring house, which, again, I don't think is haunted. There's so much speculation and rumors going around about the Conjuring house. I've watched a lot of these haunted house specials or YouTube specials where people go and investigate the Conjuring house, and none of the evidence is really all that compelling at all, whatever is there. And the people who manage and own the Conjuring house currently are so nuts and off the gourd, it throws the whole house ever being haunted into question, right? And just, even if you take the current owners out of it, like, there's never really been any real substantial evidence that it was ever haunted. I don't think it's an old historic building and should be preserved and treated as an old historic building, but I don't think it's haunted at all. And honestly, you can't really trust anything Ed and Lorraine Warren has ever said about anything, unfortunately. Right? because they were known to over exaggerate and straight up lie to their clients a bunch. And if like we've all seen the Conjuring movies, right? But those are gross over exaggerations of what happened anyway. Because the Parson family who lived in the Conjuring house kicked Ed and Lorraine out. They didn't finish and solve it, and she was never possessed in the first place. Like, the mother was never actually possessed, and they were just making matters worse in terms of like the family itself, like, and stuff. So it's like they didn't solve the issue. There was no real ghost. There was no real possession, and they were doing such a shit job that the father just kicked them out.
Jeez.
So I don't think that Conjuring house was haunted either. But that's basically it for the Halloween show. I wanted to thank everyone for being here. Closing thoughts, Lex?
Yeah, my closing thoughts is this. Like I said, don't please put the pitchforks. Yes? Hello?
No, I'm hearing. Go ahead. I didn't say anything.
I was just saying. Please don't come at me with I was gonna say, well, like, there are some modern horror movies that I like, but it's just a handful of them. So just don't come at me with all the hatred, all right? But yeah. Well, like what Astro says, there are some haunted houses, haunted places that I saw in New Orleans. So those places are actually haunted. So let you know.
And again, I guess I'm like low-key a little bit of a skeptic, but I don't doubt that spirits and ghosts exist. I believe ghosts and spirits do exist, but I don't think it's as relevant and as widespread as people make it out to be. Not every place that is old or creepy or someone died in is going to be haunted. And I don't think it's as prevalent of an event. What's the right word? It's not as common as we make it out to be, right? Like, yeah, all these horror movies and stuff, but I don't think spirits lingering around and not going into the afterlife and sticking around that much is as common as it is led to believe that we are led to believe that it is. But it is up to the individual, because I believe that when we do die, you have a choice of either staying behind if you have unfinished business or passing on to the next life or whatever is beyond there. So, like, I don't really think it's quite as common for spirits to linger around here unless they have unfinished business. So it's like per spirit basis. But again, I don't think it's super common to where every freaking old house is going to be haunted, you know? Like, and old houses make a lot of noise. So, like, I guess I have a small bit of a skeptic side where I am thinking, like, okay, well, I need some kind of if all these people are claiming this place is haunted, I would like to see some kind of definitive proof before I believe it's haunted. And a lot of the quote unquote proof that these people offer is not good enough for me, because it could be fake, it could be outside readings or interference. You know, like, there's a lot of things that people could do to fake evidence for their own benefit. So I'm not coming from an angle where I don't believe in spirits and ghosts whatsoever. I do believe it, but I just don't think it's as common as people make it out to be. Right? So please don't come up to me and be like, "Oh, you don't believe in anything," or you don't believe in ghosts at all. Like, I do. And it's fun to think about. Obviously, it's like, it's Halloween. Like, one of my favorite types of horror movies are like ghost movies, or paranormal movies, you know, supernatural and stuff. Because the ideal is really entertaining and it's really good and it's really fun to watch horror movies. And the ideal that a place could be haunted or that ghosts are like could be a danger to us or something, which I don't think ghosts could really be that much of a danger to us, really, if they do exist.
Right.
Because I believe in ghosts and spirits. I don't really believe in demons, though, or hell. You know what I mean? Now, are there malevolent earthbound spirits? Sure, I'm sure there are some malevolent earthbound spirits, But again, I don't necessarily believe they're actual demons from actual hell. You know what I mean? There could be earthbound spirits that were never actually human, that were like nature spirits or whatever, and some of them might be a little bit malevolent, depending on the situation or whatever. But again, not really demons. It's just kind of fine definition of what you think is a demon compared to what others might think is a demon or whatever. But it's fun to think about, and it's that time of the year for Halloween, and it's getting colder outside, and the other holidays are going to be soon approaching, because as soon as October 31st is here, they're going to start playing Christmas music, and it's going to be all over the fucking place.
Wish I could play some Thanksgiving music.
If there even is any.
I know. That's the downside.
Again,
so
not to be super political, because I don't want this podcast to be political at all, but whoever you're voting for, please make sure you actually do go out and vote on November 5th or 6th, whatever. You can do early voting too, because I voted early today actually, so they do have open voting available in case you can't make it on the actual election day. Whoever you do vote for, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for or not. You're an adult, you can figure out who you want to vote for or not. But do please make sure you go out and vote. Don't write in some joke vote. Your vote does actually matter this time around. So don't just write in some like Harambe or some other joke name or anything like that. But just be able to get out there, partake in democracy, what little we actually have of it left.
Right.
And make sure you guys stay safe during the holiday season. Hopefully I'll have another episode up before Christmas. I do apologize for the long delay from the last episode to this episode. Life kind of got in the way, and Bear unfortunately always seems to work when I have off, so it's hard for us to get together to do an episode together. And that's why I have Lex here with me for this episode. And he's been a really good guest. So thank you, Lex, for joining us. I do apologize for accidentally talking over you sometimes.
It's all right. I was going to say this. If you want, I'm getting my show up and running finally. And if you want to be my very first guest on my brand new podcast, you're free.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Just message me whenever you want to, and we can do that.
All right. I'll message you after this then.
Alrighty. All right, folks. Have a wonderful and horrifying Halloween. And let's hope that next year is not as horrifying as this year was. Let's make the following years a little bit better and a little bit brighter, all right? Stay safe, everyone.
Yeah. Later.
Bye.